Good morning, ladies and gents. Welcome to the Actors Area. I'm your host, Sean Grant. So happy and wonderful and glad that you can join me today for this awesome episode we have on this beautiful Monday. Hope everything is going well in your career. Hope everything is working out to your very best interest. If not, keep plugging away. Keep looking for those outlets of inspiration and those insights that will help you to move to the place where you want to go. So with that being said, we're going to get right into it. Finding balance while discovering your dream. Okay? Finding balance while discovering your dream. And so when we talk about balance within the career of entertainment, whether it's acting or writing or performing, anything of the sort, it's important that you have outside interest in other things. And it's not even like, you're an actor today and then a carpenter tomorrow or anything like that. But it's important to have those interests that enhance your career, that nurture it. So what do I mean by that? Things that allow you to use your acting instrument will help make you a greater actor. So I'll give you an example in my own life. So there was a time I had been acting for a while and I needed some extra income, and I've always been a fan of physical fitness and just staying in shape and helping other people stay in shape. And after taking some intelligence tests, I found out that, everything in relates to health was a big part of my purpose. So I pursued an alternate career as a personal trainer. And the beauty of this was, not only was I able to become a greater actor, I was able to use my body in more creative ways in order to ensure that my presence, my demeanor on camera was completely on point. And it was one of the greatest things that I feel like I never could have experienced unless I decided to get into personal training. And so not only was that a benefit, but also the idea of teaching a class. The one great thing about teaching a class, especially as a performer, is you get the opportunity to not only work on your rhetoric, your speech, your presence, your ability to connect with people. It helps you to hit so many levels from an emotional standpoint. Once again, transferring to your performance on stage, on camera. So this is just kind of one example. Another example of finding ways to balance out your career is me also getting into writing. So writing helps me to understand characters greater whenever I'm handed a script, because when you write something, the beauty of writing is that writing comes from the deepest part of your soul. It comes from your intuition, your divine insight on things, your essence, if you will. And when stuff comes from there, the body has to follow, because it's experiencing a connection from the soul, and that means that it's completely organic. So whatever's organic and whatever you're feeling is going to allow you to execute that feeling of emotion. Hence, you get a script and you start reading the script and you start seeing different things about the character, and you start to receive different insights, and you get these sort of like nuances. I like to call it intuitive guidance as far as how you should actually play that character. And bam, before you know it, you've created something straight out of your imagination, but also out of the whole concept of having that writing background support your performance. Okay, so that's just a couple of examples, and writing and personal training is my specific example, but there's so many things out there that you can do that will enhance your career and will also give you balance. Because what happens is if you only have acting to do and you act, eventually you're going to burn out, and you're going to have to find something that's going to put you into a place of, well, what do I do now? How do I get past this point? And so life, God, the universe realizes that there are certain points where our priorities have to evolve. As performers, we go through so many different stages of life in regards to our relationships, in regards to our family, in regards to careers, in regards to spiritual focuses. And all these things are meant to make you evolve into the very best actor you can possibly be. So I think back to my my article on Backstage Media, and one thing that stood out to me more so than anything else was talking about how all acting is being human, and all being human is being aware. And if you can be aware of everything around you, you will be a phenomenal actor no matter what it is or what is coming your way. You will know how to process that information and make it similar to real life. That's the beauty and when you really get good at this, okay? So, getting back on track, what I want you to do is to find those things that create balance. And so that can be hiking, that can be caregiving, that can be any type of environment that will help you to evolve. Any type of environment, rather, that will spark creativity and help you to look at things that you didn't really look at them in a way you have before. These are the things that are going to contribute. I think when you look at Hollywood's greatest, Hollywood's most talented people, and basically those are the people that are working, that are booking the big films and television shows and whatnot, you will see throughout their lives that they've experienced a multitude of different jobs, right? And the reason for this is you get that experience to open yourself up to how life would be. One of my greatest opportunities was being able to work every single job imaginable. I'll go through a couple here to show you what kind of background I had growing up. So I started out working at AMC Theaters, which I absolutely loved. I think that was probably the time when I fell in love with being a performer. I worked at Big Lots unloading this huge 18-wheeler truck in the summer heat. Where else? I worked at Abercrombie & Fitch, Hollister. I worked in door-to-door sales. I worked so many different places. I actually answered telephones. I answered telephones on a switchboard when I was in high school. So I've had that experience to know what it's like to be an everyday person doing these jobs. So every experience that I've had with that, I can bring to my performance. So if somebody asks me, okay, this scene here, we need you to get on the phone. We need you just to be natural with it. Like you're just talking to somebody who's needing some information. Bam, I can recall my experience as a switchboard operator and make it look completely normal. I actually did this in Blood Out when there was a couple of the phone scenes, just to make it look like I'm talking on the phone with anybody, So, but not only does it give you I'm tongue-tied because all these thoughts are popping into my head. Not only does it give you that opportunity to use that experience, but it's creating balance. And before I let you go, what I want you to know is, here's the thing with balance. Balance is the most important because if we are balanced, we're able to be aware. And awareness kind of goes hand in hand with balance because awareness helps us to approach things in our lives from a competent level, from a confident level as well, and from an opportunity to see what's best for me in this situation and to be able to take action from that point on. That's why you want balance. That's why we do things like meditation. We do things like Qigong. We do all these things that make us well-rounded people so we're not completely overwhelmed when something happens to us that could be onset or offset. But we're not completely overwhelmed and we can still approach it with peace. Okay? So, here's what I'm going to do before I leave. I want you to find every way possible in your life that you can create balance while you're discovering your dream. And Doesn't matter what it is, but what I want you to do is go to Google, and there's this test. It's called the Multiple Intelligence Test. Okay, and all it is I think you answer about 45 questions, and if you're like me, what you can do is you can take it 3 times just to be sure that you're on point with your natural gifts. Okay, so anyway, you're going to take that test, and you're going to find out your highest 3 intelligences. And what that means is you're going to find out the 3 greatest things you were created for. Once again, for me, they were linguistic, which is anything speech, communicative, writing. It was kinesthetic, which was basically everything body, health, movement. And the last one was interpersonal reactions, was basically being social with people. So I found all those things, and when I look back, my life has kind of followed that pattern, because those are the things that are my strengths. Those are the things that I feel like can help me to basically illuminate who I truly am as a person. So I want you to do that. And then once you find out what your intelligence is, I want you to find something to get into. Now, it doesn't have to be a job, but if you can use it to your advantage to get a job, if you're in need of some extra income, feel free to do so. But what this is going to do is help to create balance to your career, and it's going to bring a different element to your career, because you can use all of your different aptitudes, all of your different gifts to help enhance your performance on camera and on the stage. So once you do this, give me a shout out, let me know how it worked out, and then just use that to your advantage. There's so many advantages and opportunities around you. Always be open to see them, even if you got to affirm, Lord, universe, help me to see the opportunities to greater myself and my career around me. And I guarantee you, stuff will kind of fall into your lap and will help you to do that. All right? With that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. You are awesome as always. We will talk soon. Have a wonderful day. The best to your career now and forever. Take care. Talk to you tomorrow.